Hey Aquarius. Hi, how are you all doing? I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to my channel. So Aquarius, this is going to be a collective reading, love reading, for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and other strong placements. There is a link in the description box if you are not sure what your placements are, Aquarius. A lot of people don't understand that we are a lot more than just our sun sign. My sun is in Taurus, but I have a moon in Aquarius, which is a very strong placement. And with the moon in Aquarius, and this is Aquarian energy, and I mentioned it in your last reading, there was a lot coming through about being able to express and not withhold emotion, Aquarius, because that is what you tend to do, being an air sign. So let's see what's coming through for you for love. I do get a sense of hope, Aquarius, if you're single and if you're wanting to manifest in a divine love, a divine partnership. I do get a renewed sense of hope in your energy. I'm just meditating on the cards as I shuffle, Aquarius, connecting with your energy. Breaking down templates is what I'm hearing. Uranus energy. The energy of Uranus, which can be difficult because it really breaks down any template that doesn't serve you, but at the same time, it's like a complete rewiring of the self. It's a death of the ego. It's a death of previous versions of yourself as you shift into new alignment. And that's not always easy. Ascension is not easy. In fact, it is moving out of your comfort zone. And as Marcus Aurelius would say, comfort is the worst kind of addiction. And if you think about it, any kind of addiction is really about comfort. It's about what, I've got some dreadlock energy going on here. Sorry, Aquarius. It's about distraction, which is what I just did. And we can distract ourselves from change. We can distract ourselves from ascending because it can be quite intense. But we don't have to do it all at once, Aquarius. What I'm feeling to tell you is that this energy of ascending can be done in bite-sized chunks as well. So if you need to pause and rest your energy and integrate, that is also just as important as taking action. Okay, let's see what's going on for you, Aquarius. For the sign of Aquarius, Spirit, please and thank you. Messages for Aquarius, for love, for the immediate, present, future. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you click on the link, is when the message is meant for you, Aquarius. But let's see what's coming in. Spirit, please come into this reading. Bless this reading. Only messages of love, light, and guidance. Negative energy must leave the space now. Bring in Archangel Michael, Sword of Truth and Protection. Okay. Let's see. For Aquarius, for love. The Devil energy. So this is a card of Capricorn. It's a major arcana. This could be the comfort energy that I was talking about. And that is, I did mention addiction. It is the card of those energies. Whatever it is that we are addicted to. There's a whole spectrum that you can look at with the Devil card, depending on what the other cards are. But it is about moving out of entrapment, moving out of a comfort zone. You see these souls, the soul energy is trapped. And that is what happens when we stay stuck. When we know that there's a higher calling, that our higher selves are calling us to something different, but we are refusing to move into that energy. That is when we are in devil energy, and it's not literally the devil. It is just the lower level energies, the fear, the anxiety, the shame, the guilt, the insecurity that keeps us from moving forward, that tells us that we are not good enough, that tells us that we are not ready, that wants us to believe that we have to play small in order to be accepted, and that we are not allowed to shine because it's going to, offend other people or impact other people in some way or the other. I do get a sense of, there's some level of people pleasing or seeking validation is what I'm feeling with this energy, Aquarius. Let's see, what else for Aquarius, please, and thank you. The 1111 card, this is what you want to get to. The Four of Wands energy. A sense of community, working together, co-creation. It is the card of engagement. It's the card of joy. It's the card of wish fulfillment. It's stepping into your power, into your peace. It's wand energy, which is fire energy, which is passion, creativity. And you are co-creating this with someone. This is the potential of this connection, of this love situation, Aquarius. If you are able to transcend this energy, Knight of Wands, again, a card of fire. The Knight of Wands is one of the fastest moving knights, that and the Knight of Swords. But he moves with passion. He doesn't always think before he acts. Very impulsive knight. Fire energy. Card of Sagittarius. The Explorer. It's also known as the Player card. And what Spirit is actually saying is that you need more of this energy, Aquarius, to bring out the joy again, to find the fire in your existence again. To explore new things, to try out new things, to do something every day that scares you and pushes you out of your comfort zone. That's the energy that's coming in for you here. And Sagittarius is all about exploration. Sagittarius is the opposite of this energy, in its true energy, in its inherent pure form. Sagittarius does not like to be trapped in any way, shape, or form. And this is the energy they are saying is needed for you to move forward. So if this is a connection, Aquarius, then what the energy is asking from you is to ensure that this connection gives you a sense of freedom and doesn't make you feel controlled or manipulated in any way. Because that could also be what this energy is, some form of control, restriction, manipulation. do I take these two cards, Spirit? I just want to check, Aquarius, because those cards just kind of fell out. Do I take these two cards, please and thank you? Okay, no. The two cards that did fly out are, but it's not resonating for me, and Spirit is saying, go again. What else for Aquarius? Reciprocation, earth energy, balance energy, Aquarius. Not breadcrumbing, and that's coming from you as well, is are you giving as much as you are receiving? Are you receiving as much as you are giving? Because this is what also fuels our fire and our passion. If there's any imbalance to this energy, Aquarius, you are going to feel drained. And you cannot create and move forward with passion, with desire, with fire from an energy of feeling drained. The energy of abundance also comes from giving, is something I feel to tell you. So abundance consciousness is being able to give more than you actually receive. If you are taking more than you are giving, you are actually in poverty consciousness, if that makes sense. And this means giving to yourself as well, Aquarius. What else for Aquarius? Page of Cups energy. So it feels like you are in some sort of shame about receiving, is what I just heard. You feel shameful to ask for what it is that you want, and this could be in the connection. And I do feel that there is a controlling energy here. There's a controlling energy here with the Devil card, but also with this card. You can see that he is giving out these pentacles in a very controlled way, and these hands are almost, begging for this attention. And it's like, oh, here's one pentacle for you, here's one for you, but it's never enough. It's like breadcrumbing. And I feel like this is what you may be experiencing in connection, Aquarius, is this kind of energy, waiting for your person's attention or waiting to be given something. And that is a form of control, especially if you are in the consciousness of, without this person, you have nothing. You are going to feel like you need to beg, or you need to wait, or you need to be in a submissive energy in order to receive. And that is not the case, Aquarius. But what's driving this belief is this energy I'm picking up with the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is usually a small message, an emotional message, an apology, a peace offering. But the energy I immediately got in your reading from this is apologizing for being, apologizing for asking, apologizing for stepping out, apologizing for wanting to do what you want to do, Aquarius, is what I'm getting. This might not resonate for everyone, but I do feel like it's a submissive energy, like you have to bow down to this other person or to the situation. You feel like you need to be in a submissive energy. You feel like you need to allow them the sense of control. But what that's actually doing, Aquarius, is keeping you feeling trapped. And it's the opposite of this energy. It's the opposite of this energy where you feel free and you feel passionate and creative about life again. I do get the sense that your person enjoys this kind of freedom. They could be a flirt, they could be charming, but they don't necessarily allow you to be the same or to feel the same, is what I'm picking up, Aquarius. Again, I get very specific messages. So if this doesn't resonate for you, Aquarius, don't force it to fit. What else for Aquarius? Again, this juggling energy. it's a performance energy. You see this juggler, is trying to balance two pentacles, standing on one leg. The water behind is turbulent, and she's standing on rocky ground. So this is not an act that can be sustained for a very long time, for infinity. In fact, it will drain your energy. And I do get the sense that you feel, and this is the validation I was getting in the beginning with the Devil card, is you feel that there's a certain level of performance that you need to be in order to be seen, in order to be validated by these people. Again, this is a love reading. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic love. It can be friendship, it can be family, it can be work related, because the energy of love is in every single relationship, in all our connections. Well, it should be. So it is the energy, whether it's, a low energy or a high vibe energy. And I feel like this is your energy right now. You are in performance, and you can't sustain this for very long. You can't sustain this juggling energy for very long. At the bottom of the deck is the card of manifestation, the Magician, card of Gemini. That is about integrating everything, all the elements, being able to control that and alchemize it into your vision. But you are not able to manifest without this fire energy and without the sense of being free, Aquarius. If you are going to be stuck in the energy of breadcrumbing and settling for breadcrumbs, settling for, sharing your worth with people that don't appreciate it, it's going to block your creativity. If you are in this apologetic energy about standing in your truth, in your power, in shining your light, you are not going to be able to manifest. It's going to block the energy. I want to clarify this for you, Aquarius, before ending your reading. Why is the devil energy here for Aquarius? Spirit, please and thank you. Why is the devil energy here right now? It's forcing you to look at what needs to be healed, Aquarius. It's actually here for a reason, and that is why we have karmic relationships, is to teach us everything that still needs to come to the surface to be healed. This is the tether energy I'm picking up with the devil card as well. This red thread and cord that is tied between you and different relationships that have caused you heartbreak. And what you need to be doing, this is the advice from Spirit, what it is a good practice for you to do is actually to start looking at where these cords are attached and how it actually causes you heartbreak. She's nesting. This is a resting card. It's the card after heartbreak. It's the card about integrating self, about moving away from this energy, about moving away from being controlled, being manipulated, and also giving off of that same energy, Aquarius. It's rebirthing yourself, reparenting yourself, rewiring yourself. It's a reclamation of your higher self. And you can stay in this energy for as long as you need to, Aquarius. This is the pause that is very much needed in the situation right now. How does Aquarius move out of this into fire energy again? What is the advice for Aquarius about manifesting, creating? Play. I hear play, Aquarius. The energy of play is what is needed. Yes. Card of Sagittarius, the Wheel of Fortune. You know, to allow this wheel to turn and not to keep throwing a stick in it. I feel like when you sense a shift out of this energy, even though you want to be free of it, you also want to stay stuck in the comfort zone. The comfort zone serves you in a way because you don't have to put yourself out there. You don't have to do anything that is scary. You don't have to give too much of your energy. But is that really how you want to live, Aquarius? And I feel like you've been preventing this wheel from turning, you know, because of staying in this energy of being apologetic. And a part of you almost feels comfortable, you know, this fight, flight, fawn energy. I'm getting fawn energy with the Devil card, where you cuddle up to your predator, or you cuddle up to things that keep you in pain. It's almost like they've become your best friends. The sense of pain or the sense of comfort, even though it is detracting from your life purpose, from your calling, from your vision, from your desire, from your willingness to play and experience life to the fullest, in your wholeness. So take a chance, again, Aquarius, I'm seeing with the dice energy here. Card of Sagittarius again, which is showing you, you know, the need for exploring, in experiencing the magic of life again. What is this Page of Cups energy here for? Yeah, it's kind of running. I feel like there's some running and avoidance of this manifestation. The Seven of Pentacles is about growth. It's about investing in your own growth. It's about the little steps that we take in order to ensure that our vision, our dreams, our actions actually amount to something. But it's this energy that is kind of being run away from. I don't know if it feels, or if you feel like it would just take way too much effort and you'd have to start from the beginning again, but you'd rather start from the beginning now, Aquarius, than 10 years from now. Also, we never really do start from the beginning. We might start again at a 0 point, but we're always building on life lessons. We're always building on previous cycles. Just like with this wheel energy, you know, we circle back, but we never circle back to the same point in the wheel. It's always about circling forward and upward. And that's what's happening with the Seven of Pentacles energy, and what Spirit wants to encourage or to remind you of is that you will not be starting off from 0. You will just be planting new seeds and coming out at a different point in the circle. So this running energy, and that's the other knight, that's the fastest knight in the deck. This running energy is what I feel is keeping you from this new beginning, Aquarius. Any last words of advice for my Aquarian Spirit, please and thank you. In closing of this reading, final words of advice for Aquarius. Okay, so it's moving out of the illusion. I think you're getting stuck in the what ifs of, you know, what if it fails? What if there's, you know, something explodes? What if there's a snake under one of these cups? And which one do I choose? Which direction do I choose? It's confusion, it's overthinking, there's a lot of maybes in this card, you know, and what ifs. And sometimes we just need to flow, Aquarius. You know, trust your intuition and go with the first step. And if it doesn't work out, then you know what works and what doesn't work. And you're able to then move into a different direction. Sorry, Aquarius, I forgot to put my phone on silent here. But it's moving out of the illusion of all the horrible things that can happen if you do step into your light. Because that is an illusion. We don't have control over that. And what you can do is just take the first step towards your freedom, towards releasing yourself from this control energy or from this comfort zone that I'm sensing. Anything else here for Aquarius, please and thank you. I feel like there are more messages coming through here. Again, it's partnership. You know, this is a very different energy from the devil. They are similar cards. You know, if you look at the decks, the lovers and the devil have almost the same energy, except with the lover's energy card of Gemini, you could be dealing with a Gemini. There's no controlling energy there. There's no puppeteering. It's not about manipulation. And again, this bow energy, I'm feeling a lot of Sagittarius energy for you here, Aquarius. So you could be dealing with a Sag. But it's balance. The 6 energy is about balance. Reciprocation, again, not breadcrumbs, but an equal give and take. And that is the kind of love that you are going to start calling in to your space, Aquarius, when you stop settling for this energy and when you stop apologizing for who it is that you are. I hope this resonated for you, Aquarius. If it did, please leave a comment. I love to read your comments. And if you'd like a personal reading, if you resonate with my energy, my details are in the description box below. Sending you so much love until next time, Aquarius.